I think about this historic, transformative moment that we're living in right now and the decisions that are being made, and the new airport terminal. It will be a very prominent part of Western North Carolina for decades to come. We embarked on this project primarily because we have experienced phenomenal, extraordinary growth. It quickly became apparent that we needed an entirely new airport terminal for our region and for our passengers. When we were looking for a design partner, we wanted a very creative firm, but also a firm that was interested in understanding us, our region, what made our region so special. And I can remember when we were going through the selection process and Gresham Smith was there, and they were telling us about how they have a process to go into the community and really identify what the community connects with when they think about Asheville Regional Airport and when they think about the region. It was a really authentic and exciting approach to design.
Design visioning is an important step that we like to specifically take with our aviation clients to translate an airport to represent the region and the community that it's rooted in. We did a lot of community engagement. One of the examples was we had about 3,300 responses in an email survey that the airport helped sponsor us with. And it was really exciting just to be able to get a lot of that feedback because it showed the excitement of the region. And we were then lucky enough to be able to get all those responses back and make sure that their voices were heard and bring that into the architecture of the facility. The guiding principles that we landed on for this project were deeply rooted in place, a convenient escape, and beauty through purpose. And anytime that we got stuck on a design problem or through a complex solution that we had to look at for it, we always asked ourselves, does this represent the ethos of what this facility is going to become?
Being part of the design process with Gresham Smith was very collaborative, and I loved that part. I loved being able to have a seat at the table and come together and discuss ideas. And I remember this one specific time when they showed us these key inspirational images of things that were supposed to represent our area. And it was rocking chairs on a front porch and waterfalls with autumn leaves surrounding it and curves of our mountains. And I was like, nailed it. This is us. It was so neat to see those inspirational images become part of the actual design.
We really wanted to be genuine and authentic to the region of Western North Carolina where Asheville is located. We very much wanted this to be kind of nature themed and really speak to that since it's such an important aspect to the people of the region. So we really tried to pull inspirations from, the Blue Ridge Mountains. The French Broad River was another big item, just really taking into those natural elements, the wood tones, the greens.
Inspiration of the mountain ranges, waterfalls, all played a really large factor in designing the roofs and a lot of the ceiling systems inside of this new building. You got a lot of kind of free-flowing lines, and you'll start to see little elements of the roof of where they start to pop up. Not everything is really just a constant elevation going across, kind of reflecting the summit of a mountain. We found a lot of detail in a lot of the established elements that we know that we have to have as part of an aviation facility. Ticket counters or security checkpoint counters or even the gate counters themselves. How can we really make that something other than just a functional element and tie that back to the region? And there we took a lot of inspiration through the local Art Deco area and brought in a lot of metalwork and really make sure that those things are grounded to the region, but they also look aesthetically pleasing and are functional at the same moment.
You can see curves of the ceilings and the walls. You can see the rivers reflected in the floorscape, the touch of Art Deco through the iron trimmings. So all of these big ideas became a reality that have touch points throughout the terminal.
I feel excited because I'm going to look at very small details and know why those details were chosen. And it's because of this process that we went through. It was very thoughtful and purposeful.
The most inspiring things that actually came out of a public workshop was every time we talked about what they wanted this airport to represent, the word home came up over and over again. And the community talked about how every time that they would leave or every time they would come, they would see the mountain range and they would know that, hey, I'm here, I'm back. And that's what the airport is. It's anchoring them to their home.
This transformation of our airport impacts this region for 60 plus years. It's more than just a building, it's a place that connects people, and it will continue connecting people for decades to come.